The Long Island Lacrosse Showcase has been the premier recruiting event in the nation for over a decade. Led by high school coaches in Nassau and Suffolk counties, our event annually draws the biggest and best college coaches. Past participants and MVPs have been Joey Spallina, Mac O'Keefe, and Xavier Arline. Registration is now open for this must-attend summer event. Register now at lilacshowcase.com and follow us on Instagram at lilacshowcase. And coming this fall, for the first time, our Girls Showcase.
Are you tired of constantly having to adjust your lacrosse stick during the game? Let the experts at String It Up in Huntington take care of it for you. At String It Up, we use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your stick is game ready every time. Visit them today at 41 Stewart Avenue in Huntington Village or on the web www.stringitup.com. Ladies and gentlemen, prom season is here, and this is a night to remember. This is where your appearance is everything, and if you want to look good and feel even better, eliminate your stress and come get styled by Tay, better known as It's Only Up From Hair, on Instagram. Get pampered with her signature technique, specializing in updos, luxury blowouts, braids, and wig installs. Located in Woodbury, Long Island, contact Tay today by giving her a call at 347-741-0039 or DMing her on Instagram. It's Only Up From Hair. Your look isn't complete unless your hair is, so book now.
From Cy Donnelly Field here in South Huntington, the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this girls lacrosse showdown between the visiting Indians of Manhasset High School and the host Friars of St. Anthony's. Today's girls lacrosse showdown is presented by Breakout Goaltending Group, String It Up, and the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation. Well, good evening, everyone. We're so happy that you're able to join us. Dylan Butler, Albert Alone, here on the call in what should be a really exciting and interesting late season matchup for both of these teams. And when we spoke with Manhasset head coach Meg Clark, she says that she had her schedule set up really, the non-league schedule at least, really intentionally. We have Darien, the number one team in the country, at the very beginning, and then St. Anthony's, a team that is always among the best to end the regular season, just to kind of see where you are going into the postseason. 6-5 in the regular season, but they're coming off a big win over a Wantagh team that earlier this year beat St. Anthony's.
Yes, I think she did a really good job with the schedule. I mean, she's looking to gear up for the Class C championships. She's got a team that can make a run at the New York State title. Doing a good job with the tougher competition.
Yeah, I think with Manhasset, you look beyond that 6-5 record. Granted, those 4 losses in a row, that's not typical of any Manhasset team for sure, but you play a gauntlet, not only non-league, but that Nassau schedule, that power conference they have going on, it's just every single game is a battle. And
I think when you're a championship program like Manhasset, I think it behooves you to play that type of schedule and not worry about what the record is. And I think you want to lay it on the line and want your kids to get better. And I think that happens.
Injuries have also played a factor this year. We'll detail those as this game goes along. But for Manhasset, let's take a look at a few of their players to watch in this one, and some really special players here. On the left, you see it's Caitlin Barrett, your do-it-all midi. You see that she is bound for Duke. You see the numbers on the year: 28 goals, 8 assists for Barrett, who's really very much the engine, and then defensively kind of filling the role of an injured Alex Schneider is Maddie Chun, the junior bound for Dartmouth. She has stepped up huge. She's taken on top attack players. Great communication, body position is there as well, timing of slides, everything that you want in your top defenseman.
Yeah, these two are special players, destined for special things.
And there you see the Indians warming up. And for St. Anthony's as well, again, we mentioned earlier that early season loss to Wanta, but they've bounced back in a big way and had their most impressive win of the year on the road. They go up to Connecticut and they beat a nationally ranked New Canaan team. I think at the time they might have been 3 or 4 in the country.
That's a big win. That's a big win. New Canaan had everybody coming back. We saw them last year. I thought that was a really good one. That's a big win.
And for the Friars, 13-2 on the season, but that victory over New Canaan gives Summer Copeland really the blueprint. This is how we have to play for 50 minutes. If we could play like this for 50 minutes, it was absolutely their best game of the year. Then she feels that they could win any game that they play. They've got some special players here as well at St. Anthony. Let's take a look at 2 of them. Here are players to watch for the Friars and a few more ACC-bound players. Tess Calabria, of course, the junior on attack. Has dealt with some injuries this year, but you see her numbers there, 34 and 14 for the Huntington native, top-ranked attacker in the class of 2024. And then Amanda Pacey on the other side. Whenever she wants, it feels like she could take the ball away. A Duke commit, a sensational defender, and maybe the bad news for Friars' opposition in the years ahead, they're both juniors.
Yeah, these two, Tess is quite the offensive player. I mean, I had the opportunity to coach both these young ladies in club lacrosse on our Yellow Jacket team. But, Tess is special. I mean, she gets a lot of things done from the X. But Pacey, she's a lockdown. I mean, she's deceptively fast. She can take the ball through the 30s. She's a lockdown on defense. She could play zone. She could play man. She's special. And
you can see, despite the bulky leg brace, Tess has some dance moves in her as well. She's getting ready for this one. Excited for this showdown. Let's take a look at the starters for both of these teams. First, for the visitors from Manhasset. And they've had to move some players around as well, dealing with injuries there. But you've got Mia Lapinto, a sensational junior attacker going to USC. You've got the freshman, Taylor Gordon. Lauren Perfetto, we see her in the midfield. We see her on attack, the Loyola commit. And then Kate Leader, also usually a midi, bumped down to the attack line. You've got Barrett, Greeley, and Newman as your middies there. And a pretty solid defensive unit as well, led there by Chun. You've got JoJo Linder as well as Alex Maliagros and Alexis Giannakopoulos for head coach. Meg Clark in her 5th season, a Manhasset 2005 grad. Meg was a 3-sport star.
Yes, she was.
Manhasset, lacrosse, soccer, basketball, scored 1,000 points there, went on and played down at UNC. A former assistant under Danielle Gallagher. Assistant coaches Jillian Graziano and Anthony Lapuzza. Now let's take a look at in the cage. Let's not forget the goalie. Perhaps maybe splitting time this afternoon, but a really terrific freshman. We saw what Ruby Cassiopo did or could do last year, right, in the run to the Class C championship as an 8th grader this year as well. Just a workhorse, 43 saves. And Meg Clark says, listen, I know when she slams her stick against the pipe, she gets fired up. We know that she's ready to go, and she will be in the cage this evening for Manhasset. Let's take a look now at the starters for the Friars as they get their stick checks in before the start of this one. We mentioned at the top Calabria. You've got Kate Lichardi as well going to LaSalle. Bridget Darcy, Amherst, and then a senior from Sayville as well, Jill Lopez, moving up again with some injuries there. Megan Kenny is spectacular, the junior. She's also a Carolina commit. Brooke Long, the junior. Jenna Binkus, South Florida commit. And then you've got your defense led by Pacey, Emma Toner, Kate McConaughey, and Blair Davi. For St. Anthony's head coach Summer Copeland in her 10th season, a 2003 graduate of Ward Melville. She played her collegiate lacrosse at Limestone. Assistant coaches there, Jack Kensel, Anna Terracino, and Jessica Federico. And in the cage here as well, you talk about sensational goalies. There's an embarrassment of riches here at St. Anthony's. Starting this game tonight is Shea Lembo, the senior bound for Stanford, a spectacular goalie out of Northport. That calming presence back there. We also expect, likely, we'll see Lexi Zenk, another one of the greatest goalies to come out of a high school that really has a lot of really good goalies.
Probably looking at the two top goalies in their age levels. Place is loaded with talent, man.
We'll take a look before we get going here at the keys to this game for both of these teams. Before the anthem for St. Anthony's, they want to communicate on defense, stop the fast break of Manhasset. They want to take their time offensively. Let's hit that perfect pass. Let's make those perfect cuts. And you've got to win the draw control, and no surprise there. Manhasset also highlights the draw control. 50-50 ground balls as well as poise and communication, all big factors here tonight for Manhasset. So it is Manhasset and St. Anthony's, two defending state champions. The opening draw coming up next, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, prom season is here, and this is a night to remember. This is where your appearance is everything, and if you want to look good and feel even better, eliminate your stress and come get styled by Tay, better known as It's Only Up From Hair, on Instagram. Get pampered with her signature technique, specializing in updos, luxury blowouts, braids, and wig installs. Located in Woodbury, Long Island, contact Tay today by giving her a call at 347-741-0039 or DMing her on Instagram. It's Only Up From Hair. Your look isn't complete unless your hair is, so book now. Are you tired of constantly having to adjust your lacrosse stick during the game? Let the experts at String It Up in Huntington take care of it for you. At String It Up, we use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your stick is game ready every time. Visit them today at 41 Stewart Avenue in Huntington Village or on the web www.stringitup.com. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, prom season is here, and this is a night to remember. This is where your appearance is everything, and if you want to look good and feel even better, eliminate your stress and come get styled by Tay, better known as It's Only Up From Hair, on Instagram. Get pampered with her signature technique, specializing in updos, luxury blowouts, braids, and wig installs. Located in Woodbury, Long Island, contact Tay today by giving her a call at 347-741-0039 or DMing her on Instagram. It's Only Up From Hair. Your look isn't complete unless your hair is, so book now. Are you tired of constantly having to adjust your lacrosse stick during the game? Let the experts at String It Up in Huntington take care of it for you. At String It Up, we use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your stick is game ready every time. Visit them today at 41 Stewart Avenue in Huntington Village or on the web www.stringitup.com.
We welcome you back to Cy Donnelly Field. Dylan Butler, Albert Alone. You see Meg Clark's and Summer Copeland's final huddles before the start of this one. Manhasset and Meg Clark will not use this as an excuse, Al, but listen, they're a Class C team. They're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Really kind of 3 starters, right? And 3 Division I players as well. You got Shea Panzik on attack. She's got 14 goals, 6 assists on the year. She's out with a high ankle sprain. So we'll see if she's able to come back in the postseason. We mentioned Alexia Giannakopoulos, the sophomore, with her older sister, Nicole, the junior, bound for Harvard, also out with injury. And probably the biggest of them all is Alex Schneider. She's been out for the entire season with a foot injury. The UVA commit, a returning All-American. But listen, she's what I love about her in this story, and Meg loves it obviously too as her head coach, is, listen, she's a returning All-American. She's won a state title. She's got the UVA commit. She's missed the whole year. But she has been really working her tail off to get back. She says, I'm not done wearing a Manhasset uniform. She's led from the sidelines, but there's a chance, Meg Clark says, that she can return. She's not practiced just yet, but she might be able to return for the postseason. What a late season acquisition that could be to have an All-American come back.
That'll be a big boost for them. It's one thing about a small town, man. You know, a couple of injuries make a big impact. I mean, we'll see how the depth goes right here, but those are 3 kids those are 3 good kids to miss out on.
These 2 teams really play each other pretty much every year. Let's take a look at last year's meeting between these 2 teams. You see St. Anthony's winning that one 12-9. A couple of their top players a year ago now playing collegiate lacrosse. Ava Biancardi with 4 goals, Abby Lacasio with 3 and 1 in that one. Lembo with 10 saves, and you see Alexis Morton for Manhasset with 3 goals and 1 assist in that one. That was the St. Anthony's team a year ago. That went 15-2, won a 3rd straight CHSAA Class AA state title, and now I've got Ava down at Duke and Lacasio at Northwestern. Obviously the tournament just beginning as well. Those are 2 teams that'll be featured. Taylor Cullen at Michigan, Catherine McAteer at Navy, Emily Stom at Binghamton.
Yeah, they're all over, man.
Yeah, Sam Edney now at Stony Brook, and Tanner Scarola at Army, and those are your seniors a year ago. But obviously here, just an incredible array of talent. So even though you lose those players, you have a pretty sensational squad this year.
I would think this is a place where you just kind of reload. You don't rebuild here at St. Anthony's. They're deep in every age level.
So on the left, you've got Barrett taking the draw for Manhasset, and on your right is Jenna Binkus. Earlier in the season, it was Riley Zusi who kind of had that Fogel role, right? The draw control come out, but recently that responsibility has gone to Binkus, and she's done a really good job on that as well. So draw control will be an interesting one as well.
Yes, when 2 good teams go at it, it's about the draw control and the 50-50 possessions. Let's see what happens here.
Opening draw goes backwards, and it goes to the Friars.
There's Pacey right off the draw right away.
Yeah, and she's been on the circle of late as well. And
scrappy kid, man.
Yep.
This is where Tess Calabria likes to set up at the X.
Yeah, she could take it herself or facilitate from there. Fakes the pass. Kicks it back out. And there's Meg Kenny, hands off.
Run a little weave up top.
Shot, first save of the game as well.
Crease violation against St. Anthony's. Ball's going to go right back. It's going to start with the goalie. Nice save.
Yeah, you always want to get that first one in, right? If you're a goalie, and
Yep, the ball starts to look bigger and bigger then.
watch out for the St. Anthony's ride as well. A one-woman clear there by Giannakopoulos. And now it's Manhasset getting into their offense. That's Lauren Perfetto.
Lauren Perfetto's got the ball. She swings it.
Perfetto, a name synonymous with greatness in terms of lacrosse at Manhasset. Older brothers both playing Division I lacrosse right now. Little stutter step to the left, to the cage, and there's the first goal.
22.
As well as Barrett buries it.
Yeah, they ran a little screen at the top. Watch as the ball swings across. Barrett takes the ball. She works underneath the screen. No help down low. And she comes back under the slot. Bangs it low left. Nice job.
Yeah, good job switching hands as well for Barrett. Her 29th goal of the year. And Meg Clark says she's someone who just makes everything look effortless. And again, as that midi, right, she goes both ways. So defensively, her stick's always in the passing lane, and offensively, as we saw there, just makes the what seemingly is difficult, just make it look so effortless and smooth.
Yeah, gave her a lane. Kid made it happen. Nice job. We talked about it before. The two-way players are special.
This is now Lena Schaefer for Manhasset, and she's filling that kind of Fogel role right now for the Indians. So second draw, and this one will have to get reset. It didn't get over the shoulder. I see it's Binkus again for St. Anthony's. Casey flies in. The ground ball picked up by Barrett. So now Manhasset back on the attack.
Very methodical.
Was mentioned before, Perfetto Lewis is at BU. Matt plays at Cornell. And there's a younger sister, Danielle. She's an 8th grader, so she'll be up on this part of the Manhasset high school program in a year's time.
Oh, nice job.
And that shot wide of the mark by Barrett.
Quick restart on the back line.
Look at Pacey, just sensational defense. Manhasset's got to kick it back out top.
They're running some stack up at the top of the 8, letting a couple of kids create to see if it comes off.
Wow, just tucking it in. A terrific goal
Nice
for
sneak.
Manhasset, and they take a 2-0 lead. Goal was scored by Mia Lapinto.
That's a Lapinto score.
You see she's starting it, Al, and
yeah, we get the drag up. We get a backdoor cut here, and she just
great ball fake.
She beats the defender across. At the college level, you can cut through the crease. Makes it a lot easier. At the high school level, you got to stay out. So once you get that defender hung, sometimes that crease roll and that sneak is really easy to do.
Lapinto, the junior bound for USC, her 16th goal of the year. Being a basketball kid, has great vision, reads the field really well.
Younger sister to the young lady that's at Florida. Emma. Wow.
Look at Barrett again. I like that decision there early on, right? We have Barrett took the first.
Yep.
But then these last two, you have her on the circle instead of taking it, and she's picked up 2 big round balls.
Yeah, the 50-50s. She's tough. You know, St. Anthony's, you know, sticking with their base man.
You see Caitlin Greeley, number 3. Fairfield commit, just a true midi. Tough feed. And we'll have a stoppage of the clock.
And we got a card coming up.
And the first card of the game given as well. So going out.
Megan Kenny.
And that's a tough one to lose for St. Anthony's. So you see the time on the clock, 21:38.
That's a full 2 minutes. This is not a great hash here. This hanging hash on the outside. We'll probably see her pull the ball out, and they'll elect to go lady up. Going with the sneak. Wow.
Oh, fantastic finish. So right away, off of the fake. Let's watch it again.
She's got her open behind the cage. She goes with it. Lauren Perfetto.
Yeah, Perfetto gets the man-up goal, and again, it stays that way. What a start for Manhasset.
Yeah, they're on fire right now, and they're man up. The difference in rules between the collegiate game and the high school game, the collegiate game, that the foul would have been released right now and you'd be back to even strength. In high school, you get the full 2 minutes.
What a job by Pacey.
That's a great draw control.
So now if St. Anthony's can possess here.
Yeah, kill the penalty.
Yep.
See what Manhasset elects to do. They just sit back and just let the penalty go.
So they're going to be aggressive here.
They're going to run that soft double. And they're going to run it a little bit harder now. They got it trapped.
Calabria turns away from it, goes to the cage, and a save. Second save. And now Manhasset looks to come out. Cassiopo, a second save of this game.
You know, we had talked about that at the last game we did together. What do you do, you know, when you're on offense and you're man down? You know, do you just kill the penalty, or defensively do you go and you try to take the ball away? You know, they were very fortunate there, Manhasset, that you know, Calabria beat the double team, came in. They could have put that ball. She could have put that ball away.
So an 8-meter opportunity on the man up for Manhasset, and it's Taylor Gordon.
Nice save, Shea Lambeau. You got the breakout running.
And here come the Friars now. That's Brooke Long. Pumps the brakes and gets it to Calabria. Long has come into her own this past month, had 3 goals in that New Canaan game, and just a fantastic cutter. And they've got both teams are dealing with injuries, but a big one for St. Anthony's is Sam DiCarlo. We weren't sure if we'd see her tonight, but Brooke Long has been one to take that spot and has done a really good job with it. There's Jill Lopez.
St. Anthony's chooses to be a little bit more slow right now, trying to kill the penalty.
Which was killed now, so we are even. As Kenny gets released and gets the ball. So considering, right, you gave up a goal, but 3-0 isn't the worst here, especially when you got a player like Calabria. Nice feed.
That's shooting space, I believe, right?
Yeah, Kenny with the fake ended up getting the extension of arms. So now she'll go to the 8-meter. A little bit of a dance by Cassiopo. Low shot in the goal.
Ooh, nice shot. Big goal for St. Anthony's.
Yeah, the advantage early on has been Manhasset, but a good goal there by Kenny.
She sidesteps the stick side pressure, comes around top side. And she just beats Cassiopo low.
Goal number 26 for Kenny, who her coach thinks is probably the fastest kid on the island. When she gets that ball in her stick in open space and she can just get going.
Well, you can see the respect Manhasset has for the speed. They're keeping 6 people back in the defensive box on the draw, trying to eliminate the St. Anthony's fast break.
Back to the draw. Last 2 have gone Manhasset's way after that initial draw went to St. Anthony's. Right into the stick. Was that Barrett again? It was.
Yep. He's got great position on the circle.
Cassidy Harley now in for Manhasset as well, number 9. She and Tatum Gettleman will see some time on that attack line.
Trying to run a little cycle on the strong side of the cage.
It's fake. We go back to it. Wide of the mark.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job attacking the cage from X.
Here's Barrett to put it back into play. Cuts inside.
Good save. She's got a foot on it.
And no backup. So second save for Lembo.
Yeah, I think both goalies here are showing their presence early.
And here comes Kenny, the speedster. Loses it on the stick check, tries to keep it in. It was Caitlin Greeley with the check, and now here comes Manhasset with numbers.
Yeah,
Taylor Gordon.
I think you'll see Manhasset pull the ball out here and elect to get a good solid possession.
And that's what they are saying on the Manhasset sideline. Let's slow it up, let's get wide, and let's get into our offense.
Yeah, they got great sticks, you know, good offensive players. There's no need to push it if it's not there.
There's Barrett. Slide comes. Feed from it to X.
They got a problem here.
Good reversal. And the finish by Barrett.
Yeah, I believe we caught Shea off the pipe on that sneak. Left-handed kid. Let's take a look at the replay. All right, here comes the double. So now the ball, she was smart. She moved it quickly, backside. Beat a pipe side. It's one of the advantages of a left-handed player against a right-handed goalie. You can sometimes get that kid to slip off the pipe, and you can beat a pipe side.
And you can see the poise too from Lopinto, right? Even though double came, she was patient with it. She didn't just throw it away.
She dragged it out. She got it to the girl that was open, you know. St. Anthony's they're having a little difficulty defensively with this 2- and 3-man game from X. You know, I'm curious to see if they make an adjustment here, because it's really hurting them.
Schaefer and Binkus back for the draw, and guess what?
Again.
Barrett again. She'll get it to X.
Sticking with the game. I mean, the game from X must run really deep in the Lopinto family. Ooh, that was a good move too.
High shot by Mia. we mentioned before, we likely would see Gottleman, number 2, so she is in, and now it's another draw, another 8-meter for Manhasset.
Yeah, they drew the kid down into shooting space from the young lady up top. They took another foul.
Is this the time of the game we talk about the abolishment of the 8-meter?
Yes.
Jenny Levy, the North Carolina coach, leading that charge. Nothing there. And St. Anthony's comes the other way. Friars have numbers. It's Binkus.
The big possession for St. Anthony's.
There's Long. Now work it back to X. To Calabria. Calabria gets on a horse, spins around the cage, low to low, and a save by Cassiopo.
It's another nice save.
Her 3rd of this first half.
Point blank, though, 3 times.
Now Manhasset looks to get the clear.
It's a nice job on the clear, running through the 30s. You know, it's funny you mentioned the free position shooting. You know, it's interesting what Jenny Levy proposed. It's just you just don't know how the game will evolve, with that direction. Like you said before, I'm curious to see what the college coaches think about some of those rule proposals.
And Levy is the most vocal right now to abolish it. And her former player, Meg Clark, on the Manhasset sideline says, I'm all for it. Great save by Lembo. And the rebound control as well.
Oh, got a turnover. Back to Manhasset. And they're going to elect to settle it down again.
LaPinto to Barrett. There's Gottleman at X, and she gets it to LaPinto. Back in her office. Pinto operates from there, sheds a defender, loses it momentarily, and now it's a 50-50 ground ball. And it's picked up by St. Anthony's.
It was a nice job defensively.
That was Emma Toner to get the GB. A sophomore, starting every game this year. Now some numbers to the cage and the finish. And the Friars pull one back, and it is Brooke Long to do so.
And Manhasset got caught. I don't know if they thought there was a stoppage of play. St. Anthony's kept going. Let's watch what happens here. Everybody kind of slows up. They move the ball quickly. And nobody's playing. We got transition.
Nice finish, too.
Nice finish.
By Long. And one of the things, too, about Cassiopo, actually both of these goalies, too, it's kind of that next play mentality, right? You give up a goal, and in the moment you're upset, and then you forget about it. Both are great communicators as well.
Yeah, in this game, you got to have a short memory in the cage. They're not going to be any shutouts.
Another draw for...
It's a ground ball. We talked about those 50-50s. They got some transition going again.
Some speedy players to do it.
Yeah, they're fast.
Oh, just a little bit too much on that pass from Kenny.
Unfortunate. They had a nice little break going. You know, when you're a fast break team, you know, sometimes you talk about settling it down and getting quality possessions, but sometimes, you know, if that's your nature, that you got to kind of go with it, you know.
4-2, the lead for Manhasset. See, we're approaching 12 minutes left in this first half. Dylan Butler and Al Bertolone here with you from Cy Donnelly Field, the Varsity Media Sports Network. Manhasset in this first half to this point, and certainly it's a result of draw controls and winning it on the circle. They've had more possession to this point. Around the cage, that shot wide, but the backup was there.
Yeah, that's their game. From X, they got a little stacks going in the middle. Now they're in a one behind look.
Pinto, you saw Pacey on her. That should be a fun matchup.
It's a great matchup right now.
And there's Barrett now.
Yeah, one behind. They run the double.
Barrett spins out of that. Great interception.
Yep. Good read off the backside.
It was Pacey.
Transition here, 3-on-2.
Look at Long speeding up the field. The one more, the low shot and the finish.
Yeah, their game is transition, man.
Kate Licciardi.
They got out running quick. They run a little defensive pressure down here. They wind up almost with a triple. They get a double on the ball. They move it quickly. And they just, Pacey made a good read on it. Picked off the pass. Got it up the field. They are fast. That's defense into offense.
Like, I got to think that right there, everything we saw starting with Pacey, that's like textbook. That's how you want to draw that up.
Yeah, especially, you know, you got the ball out quick. You know, the midfielders, they transition quickly with a good finish down low.
Licciardi's 26th goal of the year. And it's a one-goal game.
So you see, like, what both teams are trying to do. One is trying to be patient on offense, and the other one, you know, in my estimation, they need to run more. You know, they got to wear them down.
The draw control win for Manhasset. By our account, they've got a 6-2 edge there. And more patience from Manhasset.
Yeah, this is going to be their game.
But I tell you, when they go, they are decisive. I see Lapinto on this side. She'll get herself back to X. Now she's got cutters, and a lot of them.
See, the double comes quickly. They're taking the ball out of her hand.
Here's Barrett, spins, double comes. Has to curl back out of it. She'll now redodge. Hands off, fake. Solid defense by the Friars. Stick check by Pacey, ground ball. Picked up by the Friars. That ground ball was picked up by McConaughey, the junior Columbia commit.
So it looks like to me that St. Anthony's answer for that game is they're going to run the soft double quickly and try to create a little on-ball pressure, and it's working. It's led to 2 consecutive turnovers.
Off the restart. And now after that early deficit, as Lauren Matika has it, St. Anthony's a chance to tie things up. Calabria from X.
Yeah, she's got her defender hung.
Second comes, here comes Matika. Quick first step, Matika! We are tied at 4.
Yeah, Manhasset chose to step off the girl on the elbow and double Calabria, but nobody was playing Matika. We had one slide, but we didn't get another slide. Nice finish. I think if you're going to do that, you've got to run a double slide.
Matika, I see the big smile there from the senior. Her 8th goal of the year. Just so quick, so strong, a great dodger. And on the other side, too, because she's that midi, a lockdown defender. She just plays everything, everywhere.
Two-way player. All right, so after a very slow start for St. Anthony's, things have tightened up here, and we're deadlocked at 4.
This is Molly Heine now for St. Anthony's at the draw control. She gets her own. And she's got speed as well. To Lopez. And suddenly, after everything went against St. Anthony's, they have a chance to take the lead.
All right, so now Manhasset's jumped into a backer zone.
Ground ball.
They're putting a little pressure on. They're going to get shooting space here. They move the ball quickly to the backside. Nice job on their part.
That was Lopez.
Yeah, she came up with shooting space off the girl on the elbow. She'll have a free position shot now. They can take the lead.
Lopez goes high, great fake low, and St. Anthony's has taken the 5-4 lead.
Yeah, 4 unanswered goals. It's a nice job. She ducks underneath the stick side pressure, makes a good fake.
Lopez, an absolute workhorse. And Summer Copeland says just a player who makes the right lacrosse play every single time. She's always the one to have the one more, and she always makes sure if the ball's in the middle, she's coming up with it. So really, like, we don't keep the time of possession stats, but that was heavily slanted towards Manhasset with all those early draw controls.
Yes, yes.
You had a man up as well, and suddenly now you're scratching your head. You're like, how are we down by 1?
You know, St. Anthony's is very athletic, and like you said before, they're very fast.
Another draw win for the Friars.
And Tess Calabria this time.
And it was back-to-back for Heine on the draw, so maybe something there too. And again, it's different looks. It's the depth that St. Anthony's has.
Yeah, Manhasset right here is playing a little bit now of a rover zone look. Little shell zone up top.
Here's Matika again. Quick step.
Calling a foul. And a free position shot again.
So Matika looking for her second. Not the best angle, but she is fast.
It's a hanging hash to see if she can duck underneath the stick side pressure here.
Backs out.
Yep.
Up top to Heine. Fakes the first pass inside. Now you can see St. Anthony's playing with some more confidence for sure. There's Calabria.
All right.
And they have elected, as you said, not to really play her.
Well, they were running a soft double before. Right now, they've elected to go just straight up.
Little hitch, the fake, trying to get out to Matika. Ball's on the carpet now, ground ball, won by Heine. She's been impressive since she's come back on to Matika. And now we go back to Calabria.
One behind, stack play up top with a little bit of a triangle. Now 2 behind. A little bit of a diamond look. We're going to get an alley dodge here. Shooting space. Yep.
Heine handed off to Matika. Now Matika looking for her second and
better hash.
Much better hash.
See where she goes. Yep.
To the cage, off the bar. St. Anthony's will get the ball. See 4:51 left. Feed down low again on the carpet. Barrett battling for it.
We're getting a lot of these. They're getting possession back.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long one.
Cutter was there.
They're just continuing to come up with the 50-50 ground balls here. They've maintained this possession now 4 times.
Yeah, everything on this side.
Yeah.
45 we saw there. Anna Christie, just a freshman, only the 3rd game up now with the varsity.
All right, so what you got here is a little bit of a 1-5-1 look. 3 girls stack in the middle, 2 wings, girl at X and a girl up top. And they're gonna let Tess try to feed here. At some point she's gonna dodge. Got a load. Here comes the slide. Oh, ball foul. They're gonna send them out to the dot.
Giannakopoulos had some pretty good defending there.
Yeah, I give Manhasset some credit here. They're jumping in and out of defenses. They've gone from man to backer zone. They're running the rover zone. They're throwing some stuff at them.
Licciardi
Nice job.
back to Matika. Heine up top. Strong dodge. Good stick check affecting that shot, but another ground ball picked up by the Friars, and they could reset.
That's the 6th time. This possession is going on 3 minutes. Yep. Running a little bit of a weave look up top. That's a foul. He's going to call shooting space, or what are we doing? 4-meter foul.
St. Anthony's maintaining control. A lot of options. There's Christie. Good stick check from behind. Another ground ball. What do we got? We got to stop at the clock, and
They call St. Anthony's ball.
so even after doing the work defensively, right, you lose it out by midfield.
Well, they're back into the zone.
Top side cut. Here's Christie, overhand shot.
Nice save.
Cassiopo comes up with it. Her 4th. And it feels like forever since Manhasset has been on this side.
Yes, it does. I think you're going to get a timeout here. That's a well-called timeout. Try to settle the troops down a little bit.
That's spoken like somebody who's coached a few games before.
Yeah, you know, and the other thing is here, you got a minute 55, you know. I can only speak for me, but I would hold this for 1 shot here. You know what I'm saying? You're playing that type of game. Don't give St. Anthony's another opportunity.
I want to thank the fine folks at the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation, whose mission is to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all participants through annual initiatives, including targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse educational clinics, and events to raise the awareness and the resources in support of the game. Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation.
I'm impressed with Manhasset, you know, especially what they're doing down there defensively. They're changing looks. I like that. You know, being the old football coach I am, I like to see different looks down there. I like to try to confuse the offense.
Yeah.
They're doing a nice job with that X game. And I also like what St. Anthony's is doing with that diamond look. They're getting those drawing dumps off the wings.
Let's take a look, Al, at the latest Long Island Lacrosse rankings, the Sweet 16, and you see Bayport at the very top. They have, listen, it's a gauntlet out in Suffolk C. But if there's one consistency this year, at least, it's all about Bayport. A senior-laden squad. You see them 14-0. Wantagh 11-2. This was entering the week again, and you see St. Anthony's right behind them off that big win over New Canaan. They followed it up with a second win against Sacred Heart. And Garden City winning the girls' Woodstick Classic. And that was a good one as well. North Shore just behind as well. But it is so crazy with that Nassau Power Conference, because as someone who deals weekly with rankings, it is impossible, because you look for trends and who beats who you put that team ahead of it, but
it's a whole different system.
Oh my goodness.
It's just like what it says. It's a power conference. They go after each other all year long, and then they break up and they go back to their respective classifications.
But I'm saying you look for, all right, well, Wantagh beat North Shore, but then North Shore beat Garden City, but then Garden City, like, it's impossible. It is impossible to separate those squads.
I've been following it more as a spectator lately, and it's been enjoyable.
I think it's great what they've done.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, Suffolk County, Division II, that's almost like a power conference, as it is, especially with the top 8 teams, or 8, 9, 10 teams in that conference. I always felt it was like a power conference.
Yeah, you have the C's that are
it's ridiculous.
But then you bring in an Eastport South, South
yeah.
Manor as well, and other B's in that as well.
Absolutely. It's
There's a good look at Holly Newman.
Good player.
Yeah, Cornell commit, junior.
Yep. Good girl.
Meg Clark says that her ability just to retain possession, going through, slicing through defenders in the midfield, and then her ability to receive the ball in just difficult circumstances is amazing. And defensively, then you also have her body positioning is great. She secures the ball under pressure, able to finish.
Yeah, she's lefty offensively and defensively.
And delivers every single game.
Yep.
So big possession now off the timeout, and we'll see if they do what you suggest, perhaps hold here for the last if something doesn't great materialize. Oh, this is a great one, though. Look at Barrett somehow finding her way through, but that's got to be put on Cage, because
no backup.
I was going to say that that high risk, high reward, because there's no backup.
Well, let's see if it works out for them. They have a nice ride. Let's see if they get the ball back.
Maybe the Friars looking to call a timeout here. Here's Pacey. That's who you want it in her stick.
Yeah.
Pacey stick check, trying to get forced out by the Manhasset sideline, and just tiptoed that line. Hands off. Job well done.
Now they get the opportunity for last shot.
Lopez kicks it back out to Binkus.
Back to the pressure backer zone. They're rotating out past the 12, putting pressure on the ball. St. Anthony's moving the ball pretty quick.
Nice handoff to Binkus, takes a stick check. Feeds to X. That's a great catch there, because it was like a behind a backhanded catch. Forcing it now into front of the crease. Cassiopo comes away with it. So 13 seconds. Can Manhasset get something late? Look out from behind. There comes Calabria flying to the turf, trying to win that, and guess what? They take the ball back. Pacey has it, and that does it for the first half. So hate to use that cliche, but really a tale of two different first halves, right? Because the first portion of the first half dominated by Manhasset. You won the draws, you had the goals, you had man-up goals, or a goal, but then St. Anthony's took that back in the second half, won a ton of ground balls, maintained possession, and they're deserved 5-4 leaders at the half.
Yeah, actually they turned the game around with their transition game. They created, defense to offensive turnovers, and they capitalized for 3.
So halftime here at Cy Donnelly Field. Tess Calabria, the vision, the lacrosse ability. And she says, here you go, Matika. Kick it into gear. And Matika goes top shelf. And St. Anthony's leads 5-4 here at the half. Manhasset, St. Anthony's, all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Lacrosse players, listen up. It's halftime, and you know what that means. It's time to tune up your stick. At String It Up in Huntington, we know a well-strung stick that can make all the difference on the field. That's why we offer fast and reliable stringing services that will have you back in the game in no time. Visit String It Up today at 41 Stewart Avenue in Huntington Village or on the web, www.stringitup.com. Ladies and gentlemen, prom season is here, and this is a night to remember. This is where your appearance is everything, and if you want to look good and feel even better, eliminate your stress and come get styled by Tay, better known as It's Only Up From Hair, on Instagram. Get pampered with her signature technique, specializing in updos, luxury blowouts, braids, and wig installs. Located in Woodbury, Long Island, contact Tay today by giving her a call at 347-741-0039 or DMing her on Instagram. It's Only Up From Hair. Your look isn't complete unless your hair is, so book now. Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. The Long Island Lacrosse Showcase has been the premier recruiting event in the nation for over a decade. Led by high school coaches in Nassau and Suffolk counties, our event annually draws the biggest and best college coaches. Past participants and MVPs have been Joey Spallina, Mac O'Keefe, and Xavier Arline. Registration is now open for this must-attend summer event. Register now at lilacshowcase.com and follow us on Instagram at lilacshowcase. And coming this fall, for the first time, our Girls Showcase.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Lacrosse players, listen up. It's halftime, and you know what that means. It's time to tune up your stick. At String It Up in Huntington, we know a well-strung stick that can make all the difference on the field. That's why we offer fast and reliable stringing services that will have you back in the game in no time. Visit String It Up today at 41 Stewart Avenue in Huntington Village or on the web, www.stringitup.com.
And welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field here on the campus of St. Anthony's High School, where the Friars have a 5-4 lead. Dylan Butler, Al Bertolone here with you. And we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, the Breakout Goaltending Group. Stick around for the Breakout Goaltending Group save of the game. And local here, of course, to Sight Only Field to string it up in Huntington, and the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation as well. Al, take a look at first half stats, and it tells the story of a tight game. There is no doubt about it. The saves, one more for Cassiopo. The shots are the same. The draws have become even as well. And then you see Manhasset taking advantage of their lone man up with that one goal. But that was a 2-minute, and St. Anthony's did get possession out of it, and it could have been certainly a lot worse.
I think the unseen turnover right here has been the 50-50 ground balls that St. Anthony has maintained their offensive possessions with, and that they've created some situations defensively where they've turned defense into offense.
St. Anthony's, you see they're 13-2 on this season. Lost game number 2 of the year, a really tight, really good game as well, to Wantagh 7-6. And they've gotten some impressive wins, but again, none more impressive than going up to New Canaan and beating the Rams 9-8. New Canaan wasn't the team to beat this year. It was Darien, but New Canaan, the defending FCIAC and defending state champion as well, beating Darien twice last year to do so. Darien, of course, led by an absolute game changer and Chloe Humphrey. They've been number 1 to start the season, and they've shown no reason why they wouldn't be number 1 in the country. And Manhasset, again, they played them right away at home. And listen, that was a lopsided defeat for Manhasset, but it was one that, again, opening up against Darien, Meg Clark says it was a true test to kind of see where we are, use it as a learning experience for what we needed to improve upon, and that's the same here for St. Anthony's late in the regular season. It's bookending your season.
Absolutely.
Clark also pretty excited, even though it's not her players. She's a former Tar Heel, of course, and she loves the pipeline. And look at Pacey. Wow.
Yeah, that's an impressive draw control.
He's got ups. But I was going to say, Clark loves the North Carolina pipeline here at St. Anthony's as well. And you've got for the Friars, Calabria, Lexi Zenk, and Megan Kelly going there. And Clark says, listen, I speak to Phil Barnes often, and there's text exchange. And even after their win against Wantagh, Barnes was like, great job. Let's get him going now to start the second half. But she said her experience at Carolina was like none other, and she's sure that those 3 players for St. Anthony's will just have such an incredible time. She said it was the best years of her life, and she was so fortunate to go down and play at Carolina. There's see a foul as Calabria took a strong shot. Didn't look at the cages here if there were changes. Both coaches had mentioned the possibility. The second, or the 1B for Manhasset, is Hannah Rubin. And it's really hard to call Lexi Zenk a 1B, but it is a 1-1 for St. Anthony's. Calabria gives a thumbs up. She's good. Still a conversation among the officials. And here we go. To the cage, Calabria gets it.
Nice job. She went hard. Multiple fakes, and she stuck it around the goalie.
This is earning your goal, right?
Yeah. She went hard to the cage.
Calabria's first, and she continues this run for St. Anthony's. 35th goal of the year. And interestingly enough, one of the notes from Summer Copeland about her this year is she's become more aggressive going to the cage and also on the other side on the ride as well. She's equally efficient from X as she is up top. And Manhasset's ball off the draw.
This is a big possession for Manhasset.
Yeah, I was about to say, Al, they are in need of a goal, in a big way here. Coming out of the box is Lapinto, racing to X. She'll get it. And there's Barrett. To the cage. Look to Lapinto. One more. Suffocating defense by St. Anthony's. Nearly taken away and now taken away.
Defense to offense once again.
That was Binkus with the takeaway.
You know, if you're keeping track, that's 3 possessions in a row where they've taken the ball away from Manhasset with pressure. I think it's going to continue to be a trend. Not giving him a chance to set up.
I like the cat and mouse game a little bit too. Attempting the hidden ball. And now shooting space. And we're going to get a card.
We're going to get a yellow card. Ooh. Tough situation, yep.
So Jill Lopez getting checked out, making sure she's okay.
Hassett's got to fight this card off now.
And a very manageable, right, good hash on this 8-meter.
Let's see if Manhasset gets a good crash.
That's the last thing Lopez wants. She just took a shot. She doesn't want anybody crashing.
She pulls it
off,
out.
yeah.
They elect to go man up. Let's see what they set up in against the man down zone.
There's Licciardi. Now making the cut was Calabria. Kenny pumps the brakes.
Yeah, they're swinging the ball through X.
Good job getting sticks up by the Manhasset defense.
Oh,
Terrific pass.
great feed over the top.
And the finish by Long, her second of the game. And St. Anthony's extends their lead.
She gets it back door.
Great look by Licciardi.
Really nice look on the true back door across the back of the goalie's stick.
So 7-4 now for St. Anthony's, and the Friars are still man up.
You know, the cards kill you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to go a full 2 minutes. Like we said before, it's not like the college rule where you get the release on the goal.
And Binkus trying to track down her own draw there, and even that loose ball is picked up by St. Anthony's. Huge swing for the Friars. And they have completely taken over control of this one.
Yep.
That was Emma Toner trying to duck under. Good job defensively for Manhasset. Got to credit Caitlin Greeley with that. We go back to Cassiopo. Tried to be saved, but it goes out, so it will stay.
Turnover.
Yeah, St. Anthony's will get the ball. And a stoppage of the clock now. It's just making sure positioning was right. Back to Lembo, and here come the running Friars. And you love the lacrosse IQ too. Just there's a lot of speedsters, right? But you want to make sure you get it to one of your quicker players to get the clear and start this fast break.
Well, they did a nice job switching fields. You know, they didn't take any chances running through the ride. Well done.
Kind of forced through the crease there, but still getting the GB. Lopez came away with it. There's Long. She's had the hot stick in this one, 2-1. Here she comes. Licciardi. Back to Long. Great feed to the crease. The lefty shot and the finish by Bridget Darcy. And St. Anthony's has doubled up Manhasset. They lead this one 8-4.
They do a nice job moving the ball against the zone. Here's the pressure. They handle the pressure. They move the ball. Then they check inside. They slip the girl into the crease, and nobody came from the backside to pick her up.
Nice pass by Long. Second assist. She's got 2 and 2 on the night, and Darcy gets goal number 17. Senior from Brightwaters, bound for Amherst. Great cutter, great finisher, always seems to find herself open. And she has that great sense of timing, and she just brings the energy, just gets everyone pumped up.
Yeah, and I'm impressed here with St. Anthony's, their response to Manhasset's pressure. They've handled it. They've moved the ball, and they've found the open girl several times.
And Heine wins it to herself. She's been really good at the draw when she's been in.
Yeah, they're slowly and methodically just taking this game over.
And you feel too, Al, like that opening run by Manhasset, a lot of teams might wilt under that and get worried and falls right into Manhasset's hands, but this is a team that you can tell, right, throughout this season, they've been in these kind of games, and they just have that mentality that we'll be all right, just chip away.
Well, they got a lot of really good lacrosse players on this team. I mean,
that helps too.
Yeah, some of these kids are the club players at the highest levels. I mean, they're not going to those schools that they're going to for no reason. I mean, this is a very talented squad. Quite frankly, they should be playing like this.
So Giannakopoulos, you see there, back in after that yellow. Yeah. Maliagros trying to get out of pressure.
They're doing a nice job on the ride.
Got to go back now to Cassiopo. Switches fields. Look out. Big collision there. Licciardi tried to jump the lane, and she and Greeley collided. Quick restart for Manhasset.
Well, we've said this several times now, but this is a big possession,
Lapinto tries to muscle her way through as she gets the GB to the cage.
Ooh. Nice job getting the ground ball and getting a shot off, but once again, there's no backup. And ball turns over to St. Anthony's.
Now, that's like at least the second time we saw it in the first half as well. Is that just the team pressing at that point, or
no? What happened?
Because things get a little bit.
Well, they're playing a one behind look, like a triangle. When that kid goes to cage, somebody has to release from the other side to get to the end line, and they're not doing it. Everybody's staying out in front. So
Gordon on the ride. Pacey puts it back in.
It's not an easy catch in the lights.
No. Matika had it. Now it's Heine handing off. So Anna Christie, 45.
Manhasset's back to man-to-man.
.50 ground ball. Who gets it? Players flying. A pair of Friars and one Manhasset player. Looks like the call will be an 8-meter. Taken away, another foul called against Manhasset, and that one is one that the Manhasset coaching staff not pleased with. Heine reverses it. You know, one thing I like to watching a little bit of Cassiopo is just she has that same routine as she preps for these 8 meters. Like she just gets into her little rhythm, right, and gets herself her mindset for a goalie the unenviable task of facing the 8-meter. Acceleration from on top. Heine hands off. That's another one on the carpet, and even those, Darcy picks it up.
St. Anthony's demonstrating some great ball movement here.
Calabria,
yeah,
stick checked.
She drew the foul again, going out to the dot.
Achardi back up. And we'll reverse things. Christie, the freshman.
Good defensive pressure and the takeaway.
They give credit there again to Greeley. She's made a few big plays on that side of the ball. Barrett was slowed up just for a moment. Senior going to Duke next year.
I think they got to lean on her a little bit right now. I mean, this down low game has kind of disappeared on them.
Little hitch. Good pass, good fake. And that one again looked like it
hit the pipe.
Hit the pipe.
Yeah.
That's how things are going right now for Manhasset.
Yeah, I would get the ball at 22 and clear out, but that's just me.
Said the guy with like 100 state championships to his name. Terrific fake and the finish in front. A much needed goal.
Much needed.
For Manhasset. Was that Perfetto to come up with it, or no? Sorry, that was Newman.
Newman,
18.
Yep.
Perfetto with the pass, and here comes Newman.
Holly does a nice job. Natural lefty. She breaks goal line, fakes, gets topside on the defender, and beats the goalie across. Those are Yellow Jacket teammates right there. Newman just beat Zenk. No, it's not Zenk. It's Lembo, right?
Yep.
Lembo's the one. Well, let's see if that jump starts them a little bit, you know.
For Newman, goal number 16 on the season.
If you had noticed there right there, if she had missed the cage, what would have happened?
No backup.
No backup.
Schaefer back in for Manhasset.
There we go. Oh, that should be a card.
Well, that's the argument there.
Oh,
As
he missed
Gordon got hit on the head by Calabria.
You got away with one.
So let's see. You get the goal, you get the draw, and you got possession again. And I suspect Al would make this point again. Another big possession for Manhasset.
Another big possession. Well, you know, get this to 8-6. Got plenty of time.
There's Perfetto. Feeds the cutter.
And this was St. Anthony's answer before to that X game as they ran the double at it.
What a cut!
Oh,
And the
nice
finish
job.
to the cage.
That was a nice job coming off that back door.
Watch here, the cutter. Was that Kate Leader?
I think so. Let's see.
See if it was 8 coming to the cage.
Newman. Yep.
Right there. Oh, fantastic. Textbook cut.
Yeah, Pacey's a little annoyed too because what happens is they drag somebody through initially and then they rolled that girl down and nobody slipped with her. So
Leader, her 8th goal of the year.
yeah, Newman creates.
Part again of another great lacrosse family at Manhasset is Kate Leader. Older brother Patrick, now a freshman on the Amherst lacrosse team. We mentioned Perfetto before, Panzik as well, who we don't see here today. Two brothers playing Hunter now with Air Force, and Logan is on the Manhasset team that we'll see on Saturday against Chaminade on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Draw control win, and here comes Long.
See if St. Anthony's takes some time off the clock.
Long through the D.
St. Anthony's on the backup though to get the restart. Got a double behind the cage.
And then an
Got a
extension of
foul.
arms
Yeah.
as Calabria was looking to move. He'll give up the foul though in that spot of the field certainly, and they go the other way to Licciardi. Going off the net. And again, fortunate bounce.
Fortunate
He gets it
bounce,
right
yeah.
back. How many times would you throw a pass off the net and it comes right back to you?
All right. Manhasset electing the pressure here. They're pushing out, playing the backer zone.
There's Kenny reversing it.
Yeah. So Manhasset elects not to let them set up. They want them to move the ball. It's good ball movement.
There's Long.
See if they enter somebody into the crease.
Nice fake and the finish. Terrific team goal for the Friars, which ultimately gets put in by Kenny.
Yeah, I'm impressed with their ball movement, especially against the zone. They skip, and they catch this backside elbow. Bang.
We didn't count the number of passes, but that was really impressive.
Yeah, that's it.
From one side to the next, from X around.
That was at least 7, 8 passes. That's well done. That's disciplined offense.
And you can see there too, you didn't need much to get that shot off, right? Just
No, you know, they create the 2-on-1 on the backside with the zone, and that's what happens. You know, I refer to it as tic-tac-toe. If you can make 3 consecutive passes and then find that skip, you're going to get that kid open on the backside.
But even Kenny there, almost like a box lacrosse player, right?
Yes.
Just like in a tight space.
Yes.
She doesn't need to really get her arms out, and as we've seen, right, it seems like the team that gets the goal now gets the next draw.
Yeah. It was a good answer to Manhasset's run, you know.
Now the Friars, a 3-goal lead as we approach the 10-minute mark of this second half.
St. Anthony's moves into this little weave of theirs, little backside cut.
Wow.
Wow. Well done.
The pass from Licciardi.
Hits Calabria coming off the backside cut, little back door.
And a scoop finish. Worth certainly another look.
Yeah. Here's the weave. Backdoor cut. There wasn't a lot of room there. That was a great handle, you know.
So a switch now in the cage for Manhasset as Casiopo comes out. And in is Hannah Rubin, the junior. 23 saves on the year. There's a good look at Hannah. Different goalies, but she's one, too, who's been seeing the ball really well.
White one early, I believe. Yep.
So Kenny and Long with 2 apiece. Calabria now with 2 as well and 1. Manhasset, it was a great start for Barrett. 2 goals early, but as you mentioned, she's been relatively quiet since.
They're not going to her. You know, I mean, I think they need to go to her a little bit. She's got a good matchup.
Strong cut to the cage. Defense comes in. And it's taken away. Hard check on that attempted ride. That was Greeley again.
St. Anthony's with the nice cross-field bomb passes here from the defense. Oh, nice takeaway.
Now we're gonna go
They call it in the sphere.
Both these teams have state championship aspirations, certainly understandably. Manhasset was one of those great lacrosse towns of New York a year ago. Both the boys and girls winning state championships. Nice little parade you had in town as well afterwards. A year ago, Manhasset went 16-2, and they won their 4th state title. The free position now for St. Anthony's, just backing it back out was Darcy.
What would it wouldn't be a girls lacrosse game without some interesting rule interpretations. So they called shooting space on Manhasset, yet the St. Anthony's girl didn't have the ball in her stick. So that one would perplex me if I was a coach on the field.
Looks like Kenny is in with the yellow, and that would be her second.
What are they doing? Is it a yellow?
Yeah. And I think, right, was that for a dangerous shot there?
I would think they then called propelling.
So let's see what Manhasset can do, right? 10-6, 7:44 left.
And that was Kenny's second yellow card, correct?
Yes.
St. Anthony's ride, man, they're doing a nice job.
Great pass.
Yep. So now, Manhasset, if they're going to get back in this game, they've got to put a couple of man-up situations together here.
They scored one earlier.
Yeah, but they got to have to do it with ball movement, not holding on to it, you know, which their MO here is they're trying to dodge.
They got it to X.
Yeah, got to move the ball.
turning, feeding the crease. And there was a foul.
Yeah, you're going to get a free position.
Pacey getting a switch of sticks.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That would have taken me like most of the morning to get back and
I
forth.
would have had the Uber drop it off for me. Shot to the cage. Lembo, the save.
Nice save. Oh.
We'll go again.
All right. What did we call? Still man up.
And there's Barrett. Looking for options. Kicks it back out. She gets the return pass. She could round the cage here if she wants.
They've elected to go with their regular offense. Oh, unfortunate.
Off the stick of Taylor Gordon, who made a great cut and was wide open in front. And there's the goal by Lapinto.
And what happens here is Lapinto goes with the quick restart and catches the St. Anthony's defense not ready. Watch it.
Yeah, you can see Pacey was still trying to get herself situated, but
you see that a lot at the college level, man. Right away, bang,
Yeah.
pick it up and go. You know.
well, that's the rule.
Yeah,
Right? You don't have to wait for a whistle.
No. You know, the one thing is the official could have let Pacey put her goggles back on, but. All right, so 10-7, still man up. Win this draw.
And it goes to St. Anthony's.
I mean, at this point, if I was St. Anthony's, I would try to get these guys to extend. You know, take some time off the clock.
Didn't get a chance to mention this before, Al, about Lembo. See if I can have another chance here after this look to the cage. What a look. And the back post finish.
Great job.
It was Licciardi with the goal. And a quick response by the Friars.
Good answer. See, they're doubling the ball. Get a rotation. And
Darcy with the pass. And then Licciardi with the finish.
now, is St. Anthony still man down? That was a short-handed goal.
So the yellow is at 7:52, so they should be even. Draw control win. Oh, now some numbers for Manhasset. But what a quick recovery by the Friars.
Fast. Speed kills.
Fast everywhere, right?
Three seconds.
But I was saying about Lembo, one thing that Summer Copeland said that I thought was interesting was that she's not the one, a goal happens or something happens, she puts it on herself and she doesn't point the finger. And shot towards the cage.
Good save.
Lembo makes the save. And the way that she described it is that she's a thumb person, not a finger person. I like that saying. I've never heard that. She's like, yeah, my dad came up with that. You know, so I like that one. from Mr. Ferraro. Lefty shot.
Nice goal.
It was Gordon with the finish.
Good find in the crease. Good finish.
Her first of the game, the freshman's 17th of the season.
So we get double pressure at X here. They move the ball quickly.
Where's one? Right there. The look was by Lapinto.
Yeah. She's got great eyes, man.
And Gordon, here you go. This is, you're gonna love this one too, where she's again, just a freshman, right? So quiet, soft-spoken, that Meg Clark says, I don't think that she even realizes the impact that she's having at the varsity level, but she's come up big in every game, whether it's between the 30s, right, maybe 30 between the 30s there, or just, putting the ball in the back of the net,
Yeah.
as she did there.
Sometimes the freshmen, they're oblivious. They just play.
Big draw control. And now for Manhasset, you see there Barrett chasing, and with 4 minutes left and the deficit being 3.
Yeah, you're going to see Manhasset extend here.
Yep.
The way St. Anthony's has been moving the ball, though, this plays into their hands.
Calabria.
That's a good save.
Denied. Loose ball. Ooh, look out.
Yeah, reaching for a yellow card.
And it was given, and certainly nothing malicious there. Ball was up, bouncing, but
Can't hit the head.
correct.
No such thing as a brush.
So Greeley will go in, and she's another one of those, and we've seen it today. Your favorite expression is dirty between the 30s, and Greeley's been that.
She has been that. She's come up with a lot of loose ground balls.
So now if you're Manhasset, I think just went from bad to worse. 3:39 on the clock, and
You're going to have to pressure here, and you're going to wind up really giving up some lanes.
good job forcing things, nearly getting a takeaway.
Yeah.
But the ball is quicker, right?
Yeah. St. Anthony's is just going to keep the gas, keep the foot on the pedal here.
Another stoppage.
Might want to spread this thing out and make them run around a little bit and kill a little time.
Yeah, I think especially right from where Heine is, so.
You're 7 on 6. Just keep it moving.
That's what Long does. To Licciardi to Calabria. Forced it inside. Ground ball picked up by Manhasset. Now they get the takeaway that they needed. And down goes Leader. Good reversal on the restart. Now can Manhasset pull a goal back here, down a player?
I'm curious to see what St. Anthony's does here. I would just kind of pack it and just let them pass the ball around the edge. Don't give them any seams.
Another whistle, and this is a good opportunity, a really good one for, well, maybe not as good a hash as I thought. Oh, no, it is.
And they're moving it to center hash. See if they get a short-handed goalie. This is Holly Newman.
It is Newman. Newman, stick checked away. That was Pacey. Rounding the cage and scoring. And taking the contact as well.
Wow. Very impressive.
And it was Lapinto, her third.
Well, the way this thing goes right now is, I would say again, the Lapinto family was probably born knowing how to play lacrosse from X.
There you go.
It's like looking at It's like looking at her older sister.
So in the backyard, you just move the goal up towards the middle of the backyard and use that left side.
Yes, that's about it.
Yeah. Watch it again.
I mean, the quick restart was clutch, And then
I just love fearlessness here, just attacking the cage.
She just dove into that seam,
Her 18th.
Short-handed, though. Remember what I told you before. What should they have done down here? Take some time off the clock. Let them extend. Because what's going to happen. You can go to goal once you got them extended on that backside,
And a timeout is called. And an interesting thing here, too, with the girls' game, different than the boys' game, is that a man down face-off in the boys, but draw here, the draw is even.
Yes.
Like in the boys, you're losing a player on the wing, but here,
well, you're 3-on-3 on the circle,
right?
And I will tell you that in the girls' game there are rules like that sometimes, I'm not going to say don't make sense. It's just the way the rules are. It's just like if there's a foul in the middle of the field, they'll blow the whistle, they'll bring the kid back, but everybody's allowed to run out in front of her. You know what I mean? It's just there are things that I guess we've just learned to be accustomed to.
You want to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube channel. Also follow us on our social media handles at Varsity Media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll have some playoff lacrosse news coming up. We'll also be at the boys Long Island Championship, a pre- and post-game show. We don't have the rights to those full games, but we'll be there. We're not going to be tailgating per se, but it'll be close to a tailgate. We'll bring you the information. We'll bring you the highlights. We'll get those interviews as well. I think we're going to have a pretty cool food review as well as part of that. And there you see it from Stony Brook University, Laval Stadium, a terrific location for the final game of the Long Island lacrosse season. Maybe those guys in the picture will be part of another championship celebration. Manhasset, doesn't it just feel like Manhasset and Mount Sinai are just on this collision course for like 3 years now?
Yeah. Two very, very similar communities, both, lacrosse towns, both small, in their respective areas.
And both programs being, the boys and girls, both really strong programs.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. I enjoyed every moment I had out there on the field with those guys. They were wonderful, Harold and Luke.
This year's Mount Sinai boys team is undefeated. This year's Manhasset boys team undefeated.
Yeah, and I think Mount Sinai's do. Hopefully, you knock on wood that they'll get their opportunity. So now this is with a minute change to go here, minute 48. I mean, I'm thinking I might pull the goalie and put an extra another field player on the field, because if you lose the draw, you're going to have to try to get this thing back, quickly. You're down by 2. Let's see what happens here. I know I would at least have another person in the defensive box to try to rush them out.
Oh, Pacey.
Pacey again over
Pacey
ahead.
stepping in front of Barrett. But now it's on the carpet.
Oh.
And Barrett, will she come away with it? It's loose. The Friars have it. And then a foul was called, so that it was there for Manhasset to take it away.
Does Manhasset have another timeout left or no? I think she's done. She might have one left. See, this is where I was telling you, they're going to be in a full stall. You need another field player.
Yeah, Ruben's still in her cage. Look at this, a takeaway.
I'd call timeout. There you go.
Again, spoken like someone who's done this before. Timeout for Manhasset. We'll take it with them as well. 1:04 left in the second half. Don't go anywhere. This could be an exciting end here at St. Anthony's with an 11-9 lead. You're watching all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Are you tired of constantly having to adjust your lacrosse stick during the game? Let the experts at String It Up in Huntington take care of it for you. At String It Up, we use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your stick is game ready every time. Visit them today at 41 Stewart Avenue in Huntington Village or on the web www.stringitup.com. Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Cy Donnelly Field. Dylan Butler, Albert Alone, our entire Varsity Media crew here for the final 64 seconds of regulation. St. Anthony's looking to hold on here to an 11-9 lead over Manhasset, which has been a really fun end of regular season encounter. We'll have a big one on hand, too, for you on Saturday, where the Manhasset boys take on Chaminade in that annual Reegs Rock game, which, remember the life of the late Sergeant Jimmy Regan. So here we go. Manhasset. Look at Greeley splitting defenders.
That's a great individual effort.
Spins again.
Oh, that's a slash. Gotta call that.
Hand it off. There's numbers. There's plenty of players here looking for the ball.
Take your time.
Fed to the crease.
No
That
back.
shot off the mark. No, I think they got the backup. No, they didn't. Barrett was chasing after it. But St. Anthony's came away, and now you feel that was that opportunity for Manhasset. Lembo gets it back. When I didn't get a chance, I could maybe mention it now, is you talk about a terrific lineage of goalies for St. Anthony's. We didn't see Zenk today, who is going to Carolina, right? Who's just incredibly special. But you have some terrific former goalies as well. And Charlie Campbell, right? UVA and Stony Brook, and then Aaron O'Grady at Michigan, Delaney Galvin, who went from Marist to Richmond. So those are just recent goalies for St. Anthony's as the Friars celebrate this 11-9 win, and they will improve to 14-2 on the season as Manhasset drops to 6-6.
Yeah, well played game on both parts. You know, it was a tale of different sections of the halves. You know, Manhasset came out really strong. St. Anthony's, you know, later on in the second half kind of took control. But you know, credit the Manhasset kids for not quitting. You know, and St. Anthony's was tough with the ball on the ground. I think that was the difference tonight. More possessions, you know.
It's the Friars' 10th straight win, and their 2 losses this year, home to Wanta, up at Victor, both by a goal. So that's how close they are from having a perfect season. And it's time now that will bring you our It's Only Up From Hair stylish play of the game. Of course, you want to make this prom a night to remember with It's Only Up From Hair. They specialize in updos, blowouts, braids, and wig installs. Contact Tay today, 347-741-0039. Instagram is at It's Only Up From Hair. And our It's Only Up From Hair stylish play of the game, we go back, Al, to a perfectly executed play. It starts with Pacey on this end, and the Friars just crisp passing and running, and a terrific finish here as well. You see Long getting on her horse.
Yeah, I thought this was the moment of the game that kind of like just jump-started St. Anthony's and was all St. Anthony's from that point.
And Machardi, you saw the little ball fake as well for one of her 2 goals of the game. So that's the It's Only Up From Hair stylish play of the. That was a stylish play of the game.
That was a very stylish play.
Because it went from both ends. Went from the defensive end.
Yeah, there we go.
Right? So you want to book your appointment today, 347-741-0039. Or you see on Instagram at It's Only Up From Hair.
I wonder if they can do something for me.
There's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Right? I mean, there's multiple options. I don't know if you want an updo or
I don't know.
braids.
I wouldn't count on it, but maybe I'll check it out.
Maybe a wig install. Right? I don't know. We could figure something out.
I can do a wig. Here we go.
So we're not done yet with our big plays here to end the game, because we also have the breakout goaltending group, and they are just spectacular. Listen, they work with boys, girls, all ages as well, from the youth all the way up to college level players. Listen, you want to improve your goaltending game and become an elite shot stopper. You want to go to breakout goaltending group. You see their number there, 877-GOAL121. Let's take a look at our breakout goaltending save of the game. And I think, again, we go back to the first half, Al. Yeah, it was bright out. And you see this one of many from Ruby Cassiopo.
You get Tess Calabria driving from X. She turns the corner.
Great stick, right? And the rebound control again.
Rebound control. Nice job.
By the way, she's just a freshman.
Crazy.
So just great communication by Ruby, and you want to communicate with the breakout goaltending group as well. Again, you see breakoutgoaltending.com, 877-GOAL121 for the breakout goaltending group. And congratulations to Ruby on the breakout goaltending group save of the game. So nothing that we saw here tonight would sway you from thinking both these teams still have an excellent chance at a state championship.
Yeah, I mean, St. Anthony's, legitimately for what they're going to play, they can run the table. I mean, Manhasset in the C's, they're in position to do very well in Nassau County in advance. I know the C's in Nassau County with North Shore, it's not going to be an easy run.
No, not with the youngest Colbert.
Yeah, no, they're having a great season over there. I think they're heading to a collision course. And in Suffolk County, Bayport, headlines, a tremendous C grouping over there.
Sure.
So it's got the look of that could be the long-term Long Island Championship.
We will see. There's Joe Minucci, the athletic director / head football coach, making sure everything is taken care of. I think he wants us out of his press box. So we're going to be out of here now from Cy Donnelly. He's looking up to us, and he's bigger than us. So I think we
might have to go.
We might have to get out of here.
I think this is very comfortable right here. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get too comfortable.
I know.
I want to thank our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin. Our technical director is Chris Sweeney, bringing you all those great moving images, Travis DeLuise and Becca Kazaks. For my broadcast partner, Albert Alone, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from South Huntington. And we look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.